You can do whatever you want,
Whatever
man.
I want?
Whatever you... No, I wouldn't because we're here. If we were somewhere else, then I'd say go for it. No.
This is a family establishment.
What? You mean the dreaded Morpho? The butterfly?
The dreaded Nestle chocolate.
The dreaded... Okay, this is F.A.F cast. This was going to be the very first official #1 F.A.F cast, but unfortunately, tonight's events have been cut short because one of us is half perished.
Yes.
Why don't we tell the story here, what happened to our good friend Ryan Hayes?
Well, Mr. Sleff, or better known as Ryan Hayes.
Or better known as Mrs. Leaf, the online internet female role player extraordinaire.
Had a sudden bout of sickness tonight.
He shit his pants, guys.
No, that's not true. That's impossible. But no, what actually happened to him?
So we were eating pizza at the dinner table, right?
Yes, quite.
And all of a sudden he just gets this grimace on his face.
Before that, let me preface this with saying that Neil Smith didn't like the pizza.
No,
he was tearing all of his cheese off in giant chunks, and Hayes was gobbling it up like he was a monster, like he was the Cookie Monster on crack. And now continue.
Yeah, so we were moving furniture here at the residence, and yeah, so we were eating, and Hayes got this sudden grimace on his face, as if his whole world has just changed.
As if he became Grimace,
Yes.
the purple guy from McDonald's.
Yes, and he just stood up, turned around, and started walking to the bathroom. I was like, "You all right, Hayes?"
He didn't answer.
And I was like, "Rip."
As he walked away, I looked with downtrodden eyes at his half-eaten slice of pizza, and I was like, Hayes would never leave food. What is this
gone
debauchery?
wrong. Anywho, as we found out later, the harrowing details of what occurred in that bathroom, we all felt bad for him.
Harrowing details.
For according to
Goodness
legend, Mr. Hayes had a severe bout of diarrhea and began dry heaving.
Immensely and uncontrollably, I might add. Constantly shifting his weight from off the toilet, attempting to puke over the toilet, back to the toilet. It's a good thing he wasn't home because he probably just would have laid in the bathtub or something and just got it all out at once.
And so, with that, Hayes summarily left for the evening and went home to attend to his his sickness.
But how about we actually read off the very texts that he sent us whilst avoiding dead turtles on the road on the way home?
Yes.
Which will explain that.
I swallowed a bite of pizza.
I feel bad. I do not feel bad at all.
Oh,
no remorse.
You do.
No remorse.
All right.
Alright, the text reads as follows. I swallowed a bite of pizza, and as it went down, hot vomit started to rush up. As I reacted and jolted up out of my seat, bright orange, foamy diarrhea filled my pants.
Oh, sounds like an erotic novel he's writing. Why is he got to be so elegant when talking about something so horrible?
Yes, the Nicholas Sparks of description series.
What poor man. I feel bad for him. I mean, that's happened to us all.
Yes.
It's always a bad time.
Well, I really can't say that's ever happened to me, but
well,
I share his pain.
Okay, I've never really had that happen, but I've had wetness because of okay, this is what always happens. Whenever I'm really extremely sick, I also have a cough, and then I'll always be on a coughing fit, and then my bowels will start to shift slightly, and then the final cough always just makes a little water come out, and then I have to throw this That's happened to me twice.
That's really delicious, Ted.
It's called a shard.
Oh, yeah?
That is what it's
in layman's terms.
I told you the story about me in kindergarten.
Have you?
Have I told you?
Have you? You should tell it for all of us to hear.
Well, I think I was really young, so I was really shy and didn't really want to...
utilize the bathroom?
Yeah, I was afraid of the bathroom. I was afraid of everybody.
I was afraid of the bathroom in high school, dude.
Yeah, it's scary.
That's one of those old plastic chairs, like the little ones, with the 4 legs and everything down, but just...
Those chairs suck.
I
know what you're talking about.
They're really tiny, okay? And I had to go to the bathroom really, really bad. But I'm like, alright, I don't want to get up. It's about to leave. I'm about to go to the bus. So I sat there. And I'm in my shorts, kind of like the ones I'm wearing right now. And
so just like denim shorts? Really short?
Well, yeah, just khakis, really.
Were you wearing a Speedo?
No.
In kindergarten? No. I know you were.
No,
you were like, hey girls, look at my
G-string
banana hammock.
No, but so I sat there. And I had to get back really bad, so I just kind of just
went for it
everywhere.
You just relieved yourself.
Dude, just right in the chair.
I can't imagine sitting there.
But listen, I pretty much sat there when I was pissed. But listen, I was saved. I was called to the office to be picked up by my mother that day.
As you probably sloshed out of the bathroom,
Instead,
Walking every step.
instead of going to the bus that day, I honestly was saved. But still, yeah, I pissed in that chair. I walked away, felt no shame.
I just realized that would have been a horrible bus ride home. You probably would have been like sitting there in your own filth, and the smell probably would have started to rise. And then
everybody
other
would
kids
just
would
be
have been
looking
like,
at you.
"Hey, he peed himself."
So I was saved from the embarrassment.
But anyway, I guess that retelling of what happened to our good friend Hayes is the exposition, and we actually never introduced ourselves. I'm the infamous Ted Turner, also known as Roz from Monsters Inc.
Theodis McKelvin.
And Theodis McKelvin too. I go by that sometimes.
Yes, and I'm Neil Smith, otherwise known as Blue 4N.
I am Aaron Duvall, also known as Duvall X.
Also known as Shaco.
Yeah.
Also known as Doffel.
Shaco Malfoy.
G-Tard, anything like that.
G-Tard.
I've actually been curious for a long time. How did you come about getting the name G-Dard and G-Toyd back on Xbox?
Well, G-Dard was because I used my mom's email, which was gdard@hotmail.com.
Why was it G-Dard?
G-Dard is Jedard, which is my brother's initials and my initials.
Oh, okay, makes sense. So you pulled a DeLuca and just used your mom's
No, I used the email,
account.
and it didn't ask me if I wanted to change the it just said, we're going to grab this from your email. Okay,
Really?
Cool. It just didn't let me
Is
grab
that how it
it.
originally worked on Xbox?
I think back then you could change it for free the first time, but I never did.
That's weird.
So it just grabbed that. I was like, all right, cool, I got it.
Well, you became a hacker that like JTagged your Xbox and stuff on that account
I
anyway.
didn't do
That's a
that.
myth. That's not true. That's never been proven.
The only thing I know is that you had a really cool Halo 3 file share.
No, I had. If
There
you
is
ever find it, it's really cool.
If you find it out there someday wandering the internet, it might be filled with promiscuous
It's not
women.
safe for work.
That's true. That's very true.
We'll say that.
To say the least.
Got banned for it.
But Halo 3 was a cool game.
My file share was banned.
Halo 3 was a very
Of
good
all
game.
things for them to get mad about, let's just ban it. Well, I mean, I guess it was.
My
very
file
good.
share got banned.
It was a rated M game, though, guys. I mean, that's rated adult, practically. Might as well be playing Leisure Shoot Larry.
Nothing wrong with promiscuous women.
That's true. He's right, you know.
Yeah, I am right.
He's right, you know.
So, the games we've been playing recently, for me, obviously, it's been League of Legends a lot.
Same.
And I've been hopping on TF2 for nostalgia factor once in a while. And I've been playing a really, well, everybody else would probably say it's bad. It's called Stardew Valley on the Steam.
What on
It's
earth
bad,
is
it's
that?
terrible, it's not even fun.
I don't know.
Okay,
What's that?
it's a guilty pleasure game of mine. I like simulator games and like farming games. I love
Yes,
the
farming simulator and
I-
train simulator.
I
and
don't.
all
That's
of
Neil
them.
Smith. That's Neil Smith.
I have
But-
trained simulator.
I that's not bad all the time.
Well, I have the old
Better
one.
than Banished.
I have like the 2005 one.
Well, anyway, it's like Harvest Moon. I don't know if you've ever heard of that game or not.
Oh,
The
is that the
internet
one with
probably has.
Sailor Moon in?
Sailor Moon, yeah.
No, it's
Where she dances and turns into like a rainbow or whatever.
Light.
yes. Devon knows the theme song even. There we go.
I never even watched the anime.
Hey, I used to watch that show all the time with Toonami, and I used to like tell my parents like, "No, don't come in here. I'm watching a girly show, but then I'm going to watch Dragon Ball Z right after. That's fine."
Yeah.
Make up for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Manly show.
And Will would just be like, "Oh, oh, oh," and then walk away. Dude, nice background.
Yeah,
Sweet. It's the heavy and all his friends sitting around eating sandwiches and stuff.
Doubt it.
Yeah.
They got a dead scout robot there.
Rip.
Rip
Pull it
Brandon.
back up real quick. Okay. But okay, so I'm back to Stardew Valley. It's a Harvest Moon game. Basically, it's a top-down, pixelated. You go around and you have your own farm. You can have animals and plants. But what I really like about it, compared to the actual Harvest Moon series, is they implemented like a dungeon crawling. So it's kind of like Terraria a lot,
Nice.
and I love that game. And it's a lot like Animal Crossing too, where you get to design your own house and build really cool stuff for your farm.
Oh
so
man!
I really like it. It's really fun. But
I've never heard
nobody
of
else,
that
everybody else will think
I
it's
didn't even know
gay.
you were playing that.
Dude, I have like hours in that game. Hours. Many hours.
Wow.
So Neil, what have you been playing lately?
Playing my fair share of League of Legends, trying to improve, trying to
Playing
get
Snapchat.
that too.
I see you over there.
When I'm up at college, I'm always playing FIFA with my roommates. They're like addicted to it.
See, I would probably never play FIFA, but I love watching a game of FIFA because it's really intense. That's like
It
one of
is
the most
intense.
intense sports games
I
ever.
had like one of the
You
most
think Madden's intense?
matches,
Madden sucks. Madden's so slow.
Throw a Hail Mary, boys, is how you win.
Yeah, but with
Yeah,
FIFA, like
about that
anything
too.
can happen. It's just one of those games where, like, it's a very well put together sports
The
game.
physics are good in that game because like stuff that you wouldn't think would happen happens a lot.
Yeah.
Like
For like stuff that's
it
that
doesn't
actually
feel like it's
happens in
programmed.
soccer.
It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it's programmed
Yeah,
because
it feels very fluid, very
yeah,
realistic.
it's cool. I'll give FIFA a lot of props, even though I don't really like sports games that much. But
Yeah.
it's a very well designed game.
Yes.
Duval? You've been playing Shaco Jungle, haven't you?
Well, if you must know, I am a Shaco main, so I'm therefore considered an asshole. I have the title asshole.
He
so.
plays.
That's not a new thing.
Also, he plays League of Legends a lot, as you didn't tell already. He loves that game.
Yeah, I play League, Town of Salem out there, if you ever heard of that. And
What's Town of Salem?
You know what Town of Salem is, come on now.
Maybe they don't.
I don't know, it's like that.
Hey, you'll get that game more publicity if
Yeah,
5
know,
people
right?
watch this podcast.
Yeah, it'll be like the next.
Listen to it.
But it's like Werewolves and Mafia, I think is the other game, but you just have
One
roles.
Night Ultimate
and
Werewolf.
There's like a town, town members around. You have roles, and everybody tries to do their ability. Yeah,
Dinner rolls. Dinner rolls.
Yeah, dinner rolls. Yeah,
you share them.
Yeah,
I thought they were fat rolls.
But there's the town, the mafia, and then there's like solos, like serial killer, arsonist, werewolf, and the serial killer.
Is there actually a werewolf in that game?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
I
sweet.
got to play as a werewolf once and then
It's
died the first
Sweet.
night.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Die.
Maybe I didn't. No, I was the arsonist. That's right.
I was
I
gonna
was the
say.
arsonist. I was like, I can't wait to burn people and do
Well,
cool
you
stuff.
you can only die by the arsonist by being lynched though. He has night immunity.
Yeah, I was
Serial
I was
killer
lynched
and
the first
werewolf
day.
and
They probably said, "Oh, he serial killer,
Someone
SK, SK."
someone
And
probably
then
I forget what went down, but it was
the
really
community in
stupid.
that game's absolute cancer,
It's
but
terrible.
it's really bad.
It's-
Because half the
it's-
time it's people on Skype like Duvall that are cheating.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna lie. I probably cheated in every single one of my games with my friends. And
Well,
stuff, so.
I mean, it's still possible to lose that way.
Contributing to a healthy community.
but- Exactly. Why
I
not
know.
spread it more? Make it a worse
Games
place.
Spread it
so-
out.
And I play a little bit of Smite on the down low, but
Yeah,
Well,
we don't talk about
ugh.
that.
we don't really. I don't play that often. But when I do play, I play Loki, who is the Shaco equivalent.
I've
Therefore,
seen-
I'm also an asshole.
I've been seeing videos of Loki on the F.A.F channel. Have you been watching those?
No,
Really?
what?
I've been seeing Loki videos on the F.A.F channel, like on the related.
Really?
Because it's not in the because I don't look at like the videos I actually watch because I go back and see all the anime videos I watch because I'm a big queer. But yeah, I've been seeing like Loki versus other person battle royale. There's like videos
He's
like
like
that.
Shaco, but he has all physical damage, and his ult's really cool. If you land on somebody, you'll jump behind them, backstab them, do like 100 to 0 damage, and everything. His Q is a lot better. You go invisible for 4 seconds versus 3.5, and you have a speed boost.
I love how
Is-
those games are so similar to like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Smite and Dota and
They're
Well,
so-
Heroes
Smite
of
has
the
that
Maelstrom.
third-person view, and it's a little weird because like I don't know how to ping on there yet. I don't even know how to do that.
Ew,
It's-
like I just
because, like,
is there like a mini map and
Because
stuff on there? Like it'd be
you
really
use
weird
the
third
WASD
person.
to move. It's so weird.
Ew, I
so
don't
like
like
So how do you use your abilities?
you use your abilities with you're supposed to use 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I moved them to Q, E, Shift, and R.
So are there no actives in that game?
There's-
like
well,
active items?
No, wait, I haven't.
Are there items? Well, I'm assuming
Yeah.
it works the same way
I
as
haven't come
League.
across any actives yet, so I don't know. I've played like 10 games.
Yeah, I
2
don't-
PvPs at most. So.
I've never played any other MOBA. That was
But
the
out
first
of
one I
the
ever
PvPs, I
played.
played
Yeah.
Loki, and I
fell
went
in
like
love
10
with
and 0, so amazing.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna venture in any other movies.
It's
Stick with League.
well-
they had a really cool game mode the other day on April 20th. It was called Blaze It.
Talk about it.
Derp.
I didn't
Sounds
play
fun.
it though, sadly.
Oh.
I was more into League that day.
Well,
Logging out the
It was
haters.
on 420. It was called Blaze It, and the description was like, hit it up with some of those
Jeez.
dank blah blah blah.
wow, that's pretty.
The description, if you look it up, you'll probably find
That's
it.
It's
kinda-
pretty
that's-
lame if you
that's
ask me.
painful.
Yeah, it's really
But they have
painful.
game
It's kind of
modes
cringy.
They have game modes
That's really
like
cringy.
League, kind of, but they have a new game mode every day, which is pretty cool.
But on the topic of League, I just wanted to like say about how I got because I've been playing that pretty much solely. That's been my main game for a long time. I got my start in it because of Duvall. He wanted me to try it.
All me.
Yeah, you
These
got-
guys thought it was terrible, but I told them it's
I,
not.
I was convinced I was never going to play a game
Neil
like
thought
that.
it was a card game.
I did think it was great.
That's funny. I always thought it looked a lot like World of Warcraft, and I never really wanted to try one of those games. One point because I thought I'd get addicted to it, which I mean we all see the result of that. But I just was kind of weary to try a game I've never played before, and I guess that's a bad thing because I should have given it a chance. But I started and I played bot matches for an extremely long time because I just couldn't get a feel for that game because I've only played like Nintendo adventure games, 2D side scrollers.
Nintendogs.
I actually really loved Nintendo
Of
Dogs
course.
Labrador. Dude, I had a Shiba Inu on there before they were cool, before Doge was a thing, and it was black, and I love that thing because
It was black.
yeah, because of that. Oh, huge. No.
Ooh.
One of my favorite things on that game wasn't even any events. You could take your dog for a walk.
And Ted was like, "Whoa, look at this park."
No, like you just walk on like city streets on sidewalks. But listen, here's the cool thing. As you took
The
your dog
cool
for more
thing.
But
walks,
wait, there's more.
there is. As you took your dog for more walks, it could get more stamina. It could go farther, and you could like set a course on all these back streets to go on and stuff. And you could find mystery items. Your dog would be like, barf, barf, and like go over to the side of the street and find a present and bring it over to you, and you can find like meteorites and stuff in there and spaceships, and you can sell them for money, and then you can get cool stuff for your dog like frisbees. It was a good game.
Oh my
I like
God.
Nintendo.
I could just see you just laying
Dude,
there.
I
just
was
playing
laying
that game
for days.
Eternity is.
The most annoying thing on there though, because actually training with the stamina in there would help them in the obstacle courses too, which actually was pretty cool because that's like a dog show.
Oh
obstacle
yeah,
course.
yeah.
But then the dumbest thing on that game was speaking into the freaking horrible Nintendo DS mic that made everything and you'd be trying to tell your dog to sit and it would like roll over and you'd be like, you little idiot! And then you would never be able to train it right for the competitions. It was horrible.
At least you had a mic for games like that. I remember back in the day when I rented from our local grocery store.
Pokemon
Play,
or
Hey
You
You
Pikachu on
without a
Nintendo
mic.
64.
It was impossible.
I
couldn't
probably,
do it.
like, I rented that too, and I remember having the mic a few times. So somewhere down the line of kids in Saxton renting it, it got destroyed, and then they were like, well, we can't replace it. We're freaking Saxton IGA. And then you were playing, you couldn't even play that game without a mic. How'd you do it? Or did you just say,
I
no?
don't think I was still little. I think I was just enjoyed by the fact that I was seeing Pikachu on the screen. But I tried.
I love that game. It was
I tried my
stupid,
hardest to stop
bad.
it, but I was just sitting there with Nintendo like, Mom, I can't play this.
And she was like, go back to bed, honey. Lay down. And then it was like 3 in the afternoon, and she just covered your head up with a blanket.
Oh my God.
So, Neil, I guess, when did you start League? Just
The same time as like
It was a little
week,
while
a
after
week
I
or
did.
two after you did.
First, I ventured
Early
into it,
April of last year.
and then I got Neil to play it.
And Hayes was the
And then
most stubborn.
Hayes was the last one. Like, I'm not starting a game until summer. I can't be starting new games
Well,
and get addicted to it.
At first, he had all these jokes for it. He kept saying, what was the one thing he always said? Oh, you're going to juggle the creatures and use your Q on the minions, Duval. He would, like, just know basic terminology. He never knew anything about the game.
Q on the minions.
And he was really opposed to
Go.
it. He said it looked bad, and he just... But then we learned the truth eventually. He came out and said, he was like, you know how I used to be with RuneScape. I'm just really afraid I'll get addicted to that game. And that was his exact words to me. And then lo and behold, he freaking loves that game now.
Yeah.
So
He's a Darius main.
so yes, I can say that all 4 of us really like that game. It's definitely not the best game ever made, but
Wow.
it's a very good competitive multiplayer game that I think
Yes,
it has a lot of sustainability in
Yes,
it.
it's thriving, and
Yes.
I think it'll continue to thrive.
Plus, they always do stuff for it. Not only
Yeah.
do they do cool events, which
They're-
I mean,
they're-
that's good for any multiplayer game. Like Halo used to do back in the day when they do like
Yeah.
rocket race and stuff.
Griffball.
Griffball, baby. Whenever that became a real mode.
Yeah.
The
But it
best
was always
description-
bad.
The best
Rip
description
Halo.
for League of Legends is Tilt Simulator. So.
Tilt Simulator, Tilt
Tilt
Studio.
The best arcade, not really, but it's all right.
Freaking
Or-
Nevermind.
Neighborhood Mall has neighborhood. It's a
Neighborhood.
while away.
About
hour
30
away.
30 miles, but
I chopped the creek a bit, but yeah,
Crick, you mean the crick?
the crick,
Yeah. Quick.
the cricket.
Yeah, cricket.
Wonderful day for cricket. Wonderful day for cricket.
It's a wonderful day for cricket.
Liverpool.
Give it
Do
to
it.
Liverpool.
Do a Liverpool
I
accent.
can't.
You can't do it right now.
Sounds
I
like
can't. I
I can't do the
can't.
Liverpool
Sounds
accent.
Liverpool.
It's a city.
Liverpool.
It's a city in Britain.
What do you mean accent?
They have accents.
I like can recognize accents from all over the UK. Like,
That's what he claims.
that's my claim to fame.
But then you like do impressions and they don't sound like anything. They all sound the same.
Well,
It's
that's
funny
the
though.
untrained ear.
Ours is
I
the
guess.
best, impression of people in the UK.
Nah, I don't know
His
about
impression's always the same though.
that.
That's it.
Supposedly Neil's is by frequencies and decibels
No,
minutely different
no,
from
there
one another.
there are distinct
Yes,
differences. Yes.
Hodge always does like Baron von Underbite or whatever that guy from freaking Peter Griffin the show is.
But you see, like people
I
down.
think that's from Venture Bros. I think it
I
is.
don't know.
But there is
I love that
differences
show.
because like the people down in Cornwall and like the Devon and those counties down there, they speak like they emphasize the R's, and like yeah, and like people from East Anglia have a different accent, and people from
Interesting.
Ireland have rising inflections and Welsh accents.
Well, before we bore everyone,
Yeah,
now I know you like geography and different places in the world and history.
that was my spiel.
That's all right. Well, crap, we need something else to talk about.
Well, we were on a tangent.
Talking
And,
about your
Yeah, we kind of got off a tangent. Duval, how did you start in League of Legends, actually? Turn us towards him a little bit, too. You fucking hear me.
Well, by the way, I'll be in my 4th year of college next semester. But when I started my very first semester, all my roommates played it, pretty much everyone. And they're like, "Hey, you play League?" I'm like, "What's that?"
What's it?
And
That's
they're
what you're
like,
actually
What do you mean?
like.
You ever heard of
What
League of
the
Legends
heck
before? I'm
is
like,
it?
I have no idea what that is. So they showed it to me. I'm like, no one in my school plays this. I don't know anyone that played this in high school.
We were really isolated, I guess, from things in our high school. We all played the same things.
Typical Xbox, Call of Duty, Halo.
The good old days.
We were meme lovers. I'm sorry to say, internet, but we were bad kids.
Pretty much. But I
Had our ball caps on
they got me
sideways.
into it, and they were all level 30, and I was like level 5, and so we played, and it was all really fun. I remember I had nights where I didn't have any classes, so I'd be up at like 6 a.m. playing.
Ugh.
Oh, it was so fun, dude.
Deval.
Back in the day, I was
Kiss.
who did I play? I was like, I was only gonna play Ash, and I ventured off of that. I was scared of the jungle. I wouldn't even attempt.
Dude,
the
I
jungle
was
back
too
then.
when we
And
started.
now
It's still intimidating. Like I know it better now. I think I'm the worst when it comes to it. But
No, I like going into it at all. Like when we first started, we were like, what's in here?
oh well. Okay, because it took me a while to even get like I'm the worst of the whole group because it took me an extremely long time to play player matches because I was really worried about being horrible and I didn't want to let up my team because it's such a team-oriented game. That I didn't want to let people down, but now I'm a support main, so that's all I do is let people down.
Aw.
And
Oh,
that's my main job, yeah. Because if I don't do right 100% of the time, it doesn't matter because they won't thank me anyway. I can get Yasuo's pentakills by healing them and slowing them with Nami. It doesn't matter because I don't get a thanks. But if I would miss that Q, it's Nami, you suck.
But you know that everyone
Accurate.
in League will remember the traumatizing things where they did bad.
Yeah.
If they had a good player, it's like, oh, congratulations, great.
Yeah.
Always happens.
I guess
Oh,
that's
Shaco,
true.
you got a pentakill. Okay, cool. You freaking
Un-
0-7? GG, guys.
Unless
Shaco
it's your
sucks.
friends, I guess. Because I mean, I really appreciate when somebody like when Neil posts all these games and going ADC and going like 30-2 in player matches. And I'm just like, ew, you just wrecked their entire team and they didn't even have a chance, and you
Yeah.
ruined any chance of them having fun. And that's what we're here for.
That's exactly right.
Right. That's why I play
We are
Shaco
the
all time.
friends against fun, guys. Never forget. That's
Yeah.
the stupid name we chose when we decided to make a internet group.
Friends.
Best of friends.
Friends.
Friends with all these
Hooligans.
hooligans. That's a good word for it.
Shenanigans.
That's an event, an action.
Right.
Quit sounding like the one guy from... You ever see the Courage the Cowardly Dog episode where they're in...
Probably.
Wow, I didn't get to describe it. Thanks.
Well, I'm just saying, I've seen almost every episode of that show, so go ahead.
That's my favorite show, dude.
That show scared me as a kid.
There were a lot of creepy
The
episodes.
maple tree was the scariest tree.
Anytime they use CG in that show, it just made it so weird.
The big toes, those things were scary.
I mean, they were really scary, but they were neat.
Cats were scary.
Cats, I loved his theme in the background. It was like a
Yeah, it was like this weird.
it was like
Synthetic
symbols
drum.
and like synthetic drum. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really strange, but it fit in perfectly. And then it was like, are you ready for a game of sport before you die? And then they'd play like handball off the wall and stupid stuff. Anybody remember the episode where all the villains come? Well, not all of them, but a
Yes.
group of villains come back and Eustace like gathers them up in the basement. They have a game of dodgeball,
Yes.
and Courage gets the crap beat out of him like every
Pretty
episode.
much.
That poor dog was so abused. in
The
that
the
show.
scariest episode by far, though, was the slab for me.
That's
Returns
one of
King
the first
Ramses'
ones.
curse.
No. The scariest in the entire show was when it was like, "You're not
That
perfect."
sequence was the creepiest.
That whole sequence, that's the perfect episode where it's the old lady that Courage imagines and she's like trying to get him perfect, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's like 6 different dream sequences that Courage goes through and they get progressively worse. There's like one where they're like really weirdly etched into the wall, like cave drawings, and like Muriel drops a vase and then she shatters and then Courage is like, eh! And then that's exactly how he screams. It's like a clap.
Yeah.
But then it gets to the freaking, which I've heard people say it's a blue trumpet. And that thing's definitely a 3D synthesized fetus. And everybody knows it.
Definitely a
With like a
fetus.
freaking extension cord coming out of its
That's an
forehead.
umbilical cord.
Umbilical cord coming out of its forehead. But anyway,
Watch out, guys! Extension cord
It's-
power.
I just fell.
And it's okay.
Dead.
All right.
Anyway.
It's definitely not a blue trumpet.
Oh no, it's a fetus. It has to be. But I don't. It's just like, you're not perfect. And just the delivery on that, and it's turned slightly to the camera and just
We're
looks so
gonna
menacing.
edit in a picture.
I'm
of
going
this
to.
bad
I'm going to edit
boy.
in a little video of it going.
Yeah.
That's what's going to do. It's going to
Yeah.
make noises.
There's the other one where he opens that door and that like
Little tiny girls. First it's like the Titanic sinking, then it's Godzilla,
yeah,
and then there's a little girl just.
she's like playing the violin and but she's facing away from the perspective of the audience and she turns around and her face is like this claymated
just think, like, for those specific scenes, they have to do that claymation, and there were so many little movements in the face as it turned around, and its hair, like, popping out of the sides were, like, it was, like, straw hair, and it was, like, going nuts. And then her face was, like, wrinkly and moving around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, got to follow my rainbow.
Dude, he's at Juniata this weekend.
Who?
LeVar Burton.
Who's that? Is that the person that does that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
I know. I'm bad.
Who's that?
Okay, if anything, I don't know many famous people. I don't know names or dates. I'm bad. I'm not smart.
But to me, the King Ramses thing, because he's like this CG thing. He's not claymated, but he's this weird CG, and
he almost looks claymated though. It's really weird.
It's because it stands out so weird against like the regular animated backdrop, and so he's just like, ugh. And I just remember hearing it. You suffer my curse, and it's just so weird. And I had so many nightmares from that show.
On the old cartoons.
What's your offer?
On the old cartoon things where they'd show the pilot episodes and stuff, I remember seeing the first episode of Courage, the one with the chicken, where it's him with the chicken fighting the alien chicken. Well, I really liked that. I was like, oh, I hope that becomes a show as a little kid, and it did. And one of the first episodes I remember seeing is the King Ramses one.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time, I was so, even as a little kid, I was just so impressed about how much better that show looked from the pilot, and how much better the episodes were going, and the voice acting was, and everything, that I was just so impressed with it. Like, I wasn't even scared, but then I was dying laughing at the part where they're all getting, like, music to death by the freaking record is going, King Ramses, the man and gals, and they're, like, dying from the music being so bad, and that's literally, I was crying laughing. Just think about that now, just how dumb that scene is. That there's plagues, literal plagues of like locusts, and then him like touching them and killing them, and then they're gonna die from record playing.
Yep.
But I guess that's not the only other music-related episode of that. There's the one with
Dude, who is that guy?
Blue Suede Shoes. I don't know what his name is.
Oh gosh.
That's freaking Clayface.
Dragsville.
All right, I think that's enough about Courage, though. I mean, as much as I love that show. Yeah, we're doing that. Because that's what got me on the tangent, because it sounds like the guy from the Alien episode, where they take the barn and put it in the spaceship, and they're trying to, like, turn them into watermelons and suck the juice out of them for a cure. Do you remember that? That's literally the episode. I'll put a picture or video of it.
Watch as the disease takes hold. Poor fella. Nothing he can do to stop it. Who only use their arms to beat each other up, never themselves.
Will we be able to hybridize with them and conquer this deadly scourge?
We'll see. We're bringing the subjects aboard momentarily.
Coffee! I want coffee!
With your indulgence, we would like your help in preventing our race from becoming extinct.
Who cares?
Begin DNA transfusion.
Right.
I'm sure my science officer can calm your fears by explaining to you exactly what is happening. Jay?
Right. You are being infused with our DNA.
What happens next?
There. That should be enough serum to cure everyone, Captain Lazo.
tasty, too.
Because they want to make
Everything
an
will
antidote.
explain.
Yes, they will. I'm serious on that episode. I didn't fever dream it, I'm sure. Fever dream.
That's actually one of
I do
Ted's
remember that.
raging
I do.
nightmares
I
that
do
he
remember
got.
that.
Well, they'll hear about that in Ted's Tales from the Dreamscape
Oh, good.
series.
My favorite.
Did you
from
hear about
Beyond.
that? I don't know if you watched my update video that I did, that I worked on, that you probably didn't watch.
Yeah, I watched like the first two.
When did
videos,
it come
I don't know,
out?
dude.
Just, I put like 2 videos out earlier.
I saw the 2 videos though.
Oh, one was like the State of Affairs.
Oh, I didn't watch that one.
Alright. So that was the update video.
I didn't watch it either.
That's
so.
fine.
Are you sure it's public? Because I didn't see it.
It's probably.
I'm gonna have to check. Well, then look at it now.
Anyway.
Anyway, it was just an update video. I talked about different stuff I'm going to do, and one thing is Teddy's Tales from the Dreamscape, where I'm going to talk about weird fever dreams I've had, because I have the most vivid. I actually keep a dream journal, so I have a bunch of them written down.
Ew.
At the start.
Really? You have
Yeah.
one of those?
Well, it's literally the tablet I take to work to write my notes down in. See, there it is. Told
yeah,
you.
Yeah. It's there.
Right.
Also drew Earthbound and did the F.A.F.
Yes, yeah,
plays.
I watched those.
Okay, so you should see the one before.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's weird. I know that was it was really laggy when I put it up, because it was like it didn't want to load. It had like no thumbnail picture for a while and stuff, and it was just really like, because I was the only view on it for a while, so I don't know what happened with it, but it seems okay now.
Who's not bothering?
But yeah, I just completely lost my train of thought, and I don't remember what we're talking about now.
So what is it, man?
Anyway, Duvall, other than Town of Salem and League, have you played any other like single player games recently or anything? I know you've never been as big into them as I am,
I got
but
tons of games on my computer, man. I got tons of them.
Yeah.
I played Rogue Legacy, I think, for a day, and then I stopped.
I want to play that soon. I'm going to
I wish
play
they bring a multiplayer, but they never will.
Stardew Valley might have it. You should play that with me.
They
We can have our own farm, Duvall. Oh, chickens.
I'd burn your crops in the ground if I had that game.
I burn your crops, pillage your towns, and enslave your
Why?
women. However that line
I don't like the
goes.
women in that show or that game.
Did you get a girlfriend in that or something?
Yeah, you can get married and stuff.
Nice.
I'm wooing a girl named Penny on there. She's the local
Oh.
librarian / teacher.
Is that your girlfriend?
Yeah, Penny. Oh,
Dirty Penny.
Dirty.
That's your girlfriend, isn't it?
No, girlfriends.
I
didn't say
Let's
that.
go. That
Alright.
might be bleeped out. Because we shouldn't name drop ever on this, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, just
So I'll have like a
just
cow
bleep that
mooing. I'll have a
out.
cow mooing or like a Taco Bell commercial play for that or
Drops
something. I'll figure something out.
Just-
He estado solo contigo dentro de mi mente. Y en mis sueños he besado tus labios mil veces. En tus ojos.
Just like a,
Drop
some really
the
weird
town,
censor.
Neil's dropping
Speaking
my
of-
kids to school.
Did anybody see that Linkin Bark video that's going
Yes.
around on Facebook? It's
No.
really funny.
Woof,
Woof, woof. Dude, that made it even more edgy.
Dude, it's
That
so
took their
good.
edgy levels to a whole new
Oh
plane
my
of
God.
existence. Need topics.
Dead times.
Topics.
Wow.
Yeah, we can't have dead
What
silence.
it-
We
what
talk
is
about
our-
how massive my beard is.
Well, we're coming up on a half an hour, so we might want
Well,
to just call this
Half an
one.
hour.
Since it is the pilot episode, we'll have like one more topic here, and then we will
Right.
call it.
Very
So, because I'll have to edit that and
Yeah, and that
do
takes a long
different
time.
stuff to it. Yeah. Plus, we'll have to. I'll either have to. Probably the best thing to do would be in a flash drive.
Flash
over-
drive it. Yeah.
Well, you don't want to hear about the technical aspects of things, do ya?
Yeah, we'll have to cut this out.
There, that's where I'll find it. I'll look for the audio waveform. It's fine. I'll leave that in. I'll leave Neil putting his mouth up to the mic. It's like he's going up to a baby and like, who's a happy boy? And then like, who's a happy boy? What's that from? What's that from? What's that from?
I think it's next door.
Is it?
I think.
I don't think so.
Yes. Who's
Is
happy
he?
boy?
He's
Who's
like
happy
poking
boy?
him?
Who's happy boy?
Yeah, it
Who's
is.
happy boy?
Oh my lord. Well, we'll talk about that show some other time.
All
I
right,
love
what-
that show.
is
One
there-
other game-related topic or something. What do you
Another
got?
game related topic. Yeah.
We just- Don't start. Look at that one. Don't we?
Well, that's not,
Occasionally.
we're talking about not just throw a game
I was
name
gonna
out
say,
and have
I've-
fun with it.
I started watching Game of Thrones, which is a very
Well-
good series, but
Tell
listen.
me, okay, because I've never watched any of it, and people rave about it on the internet like they're freaking lunatics for it. And my parents watch a show called Ragnarok. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Ragnarok.
It's like about Vikings.
Well, I assume so. Nordic mythology. Their apocalypse is called Ragnarok, so. Is that right?
Right.
Anyway, I was just wondering, what is the general gist? Because you said you watched the first season.
Yeah.
What is Game of Thrones about?
Okay.
Killing off the main characters.
No,
that
but
too. Walking Dead.
That does happen a lot. It's-
AMC's the game of
I'm pretty
dead.
sure Walking Dead and
Do they go for
Game
like
of
the
Thrones,
same like
it's
plot
the-
devices?
Yeah, where they kill off people you get attached
You
to.
like this guy? He's dead.
Now,
Yeah.
killing off main characters is a ballsy and sometimes good thing to do in certain situations,
Yeah.
but if you're just doing it for the trope of doing it every time there's a new season, like, I don't know.
Well, it's not for that. It's like it
guess.
happens randomly. Like it's not. Oh, it's the mid-season finale. They're gonna kill this guy. No, it
Oh,
just
I
happens
bet
in
they're gonna
random
kill
episodes.
that girl tonight.
Yeah, she hasn't had a
Because she
good
has
scene.
AIDS in
wow.
real life and she can't be on TV. very
She's
much
going
longer.
bald, so we're gonna find
She's
a new
also
Steve.
pregnant with AIDS.
Oh.
AIDS baby.
All right.
That's awful. All right, let's
Wow,
continue.
you're-
That took a dark turn. We just went to South Africa. Okay.
Went to the
Oh,
deep web.
So anyway, Game of Thrones is imagine like there's like a continent. It's kind of like Britain in real life, but it varies. And there's 7 kingdoms in this continent, and it's basically all about the different noble houses vying for power.
Okay.
And spoiler alert, halfway through the first season.
Spoiler alert, guys.
Ding, ding,
Here's
ding,
the
ding.
spoiler alarm.
Yeah.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah. So halfway through the first season, the king that is ruling dies, and so that creates a power vacuum, and
Okay.
all the other families
All
start.
right, clamoring for it.
And there's this one family that's really bad, the Lannisters, and I'm sure if you've seen it, you know.
I like that name.
And they're dicks. pretty much.
To put it bluntly.
And yeah, so it's a really good like mixture of fantasy and like medieval, like
So, like,
high
magic?
medieval stuff. There is, but it's like people don't know about. Like it's sort of like in the past, and like but there are dragons and stuff.
Oh, there's dragons. I've always seen that. There's always this girl that they post
Yeah.
on the internet, like on 9gag.
Yeah.
There once in a while, where there's some girl they call like the dragon trainer or
Oh,
master.
yeah,
and-
Yeah, so she is from a line of kings that got kicked out, and she's like the last heir, and
Okay.
she's exiled. She's in like
So
a
she's
different-
not even in one of the
she-
royal houses. She's
No,
kind of just
no,
like a-
she's exiled to a different continent.
Okay.
So
So who are you rooting for? Because there's multiple different families, and obviously like the Lancaster family,
You gotta look
Lannister,
for the,
Lannister.
Lancaster,
Yeah.
the Pennsylvania.
so
Anyway,
I think most people when they watch the first season they root for the Stark family because that's who you're
is that like
introduced
the
to.
main protagonists?
I mean they are the protagonists, I'd say, and you're introduced to them first, so you like develop like an affection for them right away because they're the first people you see, and like they're portrayed as being very just people, very honorable, if not cruel. Because like in one of the first scenes, the leader Ned chops a guy's head off for deserting. So he's like,
So they're extremely anal about how like
but they're like
much older they are.
they-
It's like I was watching Starship Troopers if I
Oh,
could talk this
wow.
afternoon, and they're like, "Well, if you disobey, I'll shoot you myself."
Right, but
it's,
like
it's that kind of.
it's that scene is like there to invoke a sense of honor and like justice in the man,
I see.
even though like
It's
he's like
cruel.
a fatherly man too. He's like good to his daughters and his sons. And
And this is probably old news for most people because
Yeah,
there's like
yeah.
how many seasons of that show out right now?
the 6th one's coming out Sunday.
But hey, it's on Netflix, I think,
No,
or
it's not.
Xfinity.
It's on Xfinity free.
I'm bad. Sorry.
It's free
Is it
on
Netflix,
Xfinity. No,
Oh.
it's free.
Is it on Hulu?
No.
Is it on
Well, we have
It's
to.
on, it's
Daily
on that,
Motion?
It's on that uTorrent.
No, you have
Yeah,
to have an
probably.
HBO subscription. I've had trouble finding it online from reputable sources. So, but
Yeah.
there's like a week-long free HBO watching thing. So
You can
that's
probably
why
find
I
it like
watched
180p somewhere in the backside of the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can torrent. I'm sure you can torrent it, but I don't do that. because
Oh,
it's dangerous.
nobody does that,
Uh,
It's on my desktop with a bunch of Word documents and not League of Legends.
But also, like, because when I'm up at school, they have weird security stuff. So. Anyway,
Well, next time, hopefully we'll get our 4th and finale member, Ryan Michael Lee Hayes,
Yes.
is in the 4th. God tier
yes, the
Darius player.
I didn't have those names already. His actual
the
name,
4th
but
member of the
it's fine.
Tetrarchy here.
He likes to play speed.
But hopefully next time we'll have more valid conversation.
No.
It'll go a little longer, maybe, if we feel like it. Oh, all I know is this is going to take forever to render,
Yeah.
and it's going to suck.
But it's for a good cause. It's for the 2 people that follow us on the internet to enjoy.
Yeah, six,
Jimmy
man.
Fink and Hanna-Barbera. Good night, everybody!
Dun 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 dun.
Thank you for listening to F.A.F. Join us next time. Or not. I don't really care anymore. So you're just minding your own business, you're on your internet, you're like, I want to look up one of my favorite products. I'll add a letter. You see, this is why the internet's a bad place. You see all this? You don't want to see all this, believe me. The internet makes me sick.